Alright, so it looks like we finally have some Pokemon news to talk about today, because there's just been nothing since E3, except for maybe the Pokemon Go trading update, but not everyone was interested in that. So after 2 weeks, we can finally talk about some Pokemon news, starting off with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. New information about the games have been released. As for next week, it looks like it is very likely we could be getting some kind of new reveal through a special gameplay presentation at Japan Expo in France. So this has been something that we've kept our eye on for like a lot of Pokemon reveals, and it has given us new things in the past, more information later on. We're also going to break down the discussion behind it, following up with some more Pokemon Go information. Tornadus is now live, and then there's also some AR stuff that's going on. So this is really just going to be like a general news video, but there are some big things inside, and if you want the full details, please watch the video. So yeah, starting off, several new screenshots and new information about the customization of Pikachu and Eevee. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee have been released. Now, this is where things are like interesting, but not really, because we didn't get much. We got a couple of screenshot things to break down, so kind of showing the page where it happens, and also a little bit of details about how it goes. You can put bows on your Pokemon's ear, tails, or neck. So yeah, we can also on the back it looks like too. So yeah, we have Pikachu. So just gameplay that we haven't seen before, some new gameplay stuff. This video being posted by Cerebi, kind of showing it off. And then you can put flowers on your Eevee. So just kind of showing the extra little bit of features, and also that it has a bit of that like Pokemon a me kind of feel, the Pokemon Refresh, where you can kind of pet, cuddle your Pokemon just chilling on your arm. So if you're interested in that, it's kind of cool, but not really like massive ground-breaking gameplay. We just got like random news that didn't really mean much, but didn't really give us a lot as well. And that's where we transition into this. Cerebi update, special presentation regarding Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee will be at Japan Expo in France, July 5th through 8th. So it seems like it's going to be a mini E3, and while there isn't a guarantee that we're going to get a new reveal, it is something that has happened in the past, and it can be likely, you know? It is currently unclear if any new information will be revealed, but this would be the time to like make that big summer statement, like, cool, you showed off some fun stuff in, during E3, and like there's been enough time. I feel like there's been enough time since E3 to where they can take the feedback, they can take the criticism, and they can either clarify things that people are questioning about, or maybe just reveal a new mechanic or feature that we weren't expecting. Because right now, everyone's just taking Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee at face value. It's Generation 1, effectively the same. You know, it's a Pokemon Yellow remake that has a little bit of Pokemon Go integrated, and it's still going to be an awesome game, but if they can add to it, you know, if they can really just bring more to the Switch, that's going to make the game even better. I'm already on board. I'm already sold. So I'm waiting for like that mind-blowing thing that converts some other fans, and we might get to see that extra bit of gameplay. If not, hopefully get some clarification. Some people are still unsure whether or not there's held items, how abilities are going to function, and if all the main series features are actually returning when we haven't really seen if they're still there or if they've been removed entirely. So that's going to be it. Now the thing is, it says July 5th through the 8th, so this is also very reminiscent of E3. Are we just going to get like multiple gameplay demos, like one big presentation, maybe like a Pokemon Direct trailer? We don't really know what to expect, but there have been reveals in the past, and that's what brings us to this right here. Completely annoying from a reporting perspective when events for games are being held but show no indication whether new information is to surface or not. So yeah, this is pretty much where it's like the fans are going, cool, I can't wait to see more about the game. The haters are going, oh, they haven't said get ready for blank. You know, they haven't really been hyping this up, so that means Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is garbage, and what we see is what we get. The amount of times gameplay gets shown but doesn't give anything new can be a real letdown, especially when sites and content creators blow things out of proportion. We'll wait and see what the expo brings. So yeah, we're gonna see like how that goes. It's happened in the past, but at the same time, the expo has brought us some pretty cool and new stuff. Because we do have a reply from Joe Merrick. I generally wouldn't have posted about Japan Expo, but there have been reveals at Japan Expo before. Honedge, for example. So that's like the Junichi Masuda video where he just kind of like has his hand up saying hello with the yellow background. That ended up being the Honedge reveal. We also have the Salandit reveal. So Salandit, you know, these are just like single Pokemon reveals and then just kind of reiterating gameplay and things that we saw at E3 or other Pokemon news videos. But Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, you know, there's a lot that Game Freak still has to prove to a lot of Pokemon players. So I'm wondering if they're just going to whip out something, some kind of special feature, some kind of special clarification that really makes a lot of people feel more comfortable about the game. I think it's still a little too early for that special Pokemon. Like, there is a brand new, never revealed Pokemon confirmed to be inside of that game. We don't know if there's multiple new Pokemon. We don't know if Eevee is going to have all of its evolutions. For the most part, Junichi Masuda said it's basically the original 151. But we know Alolan forms are in the game, as well as a new Pokemon, so maybe a few extra surprises, a few extra treats could still be hiding in, and those are the news drops that we're really waiting for, because on that, you're just kind of showing Generation 1 Remake gameplay. That's not going to be like, yo, check out this new city, yo, check out this new Pokemon. That's what the 2019 Pokemon game is for. So, if there's something new, it's going to be big, and there is precedent to get excited just a little bit, you know, within reason, and then it's going to be happening next week. So that's the breakdown right there. So that's pretty much it for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee news, but to kind of tie in the rest of Pokemon news that you might have missed out on, like if you're just really thirsty for some Pokemon news, that's what the rest of the video is about. So Pokemon Go. I've been very negative and pessimistic about the trading feature, mostly because it's a butchered, overly restrictive, too little, too late pile of garbage, and yeah, it seems to get worse and worse. So Niantic, what they did is inexcusable. That they didn't announce they were going to be doing a level rollout, and it took over a day for everyone to have access to the trading feature. Then just say, you know, the day before, level 40 only, or, you know, when did it end up coming out? June 21st? So it's like, June 21st, that's going to be, you know, preliminary testing for higher level, like level 30 through 40, and then June 22nd is when everyone gets featured. All they had to do was make that announcement, not just surprise everyone by saying, oh, you can't play it. Like, this is almost an insult. The way they did it, please come back when you've hit X level. That's just insulting because you heard trading on the 21st, and trading was not released to everyone on the 21st. It took over 24 hours. But to follow up the disaster of trading, gifting has been nerfed as well, that the items inside of gifts have been reduced. So people in rural areas are just having a lot of complaints. That used to be, hey, one of my friends from a populated area that actually gets to play the game and spin Pokestops and get access to resources, they can help gift me and at least catch me up to all these other players that have had an advantage for so long. But nope, just because Poketubers have friends and they get their 20 gifts a day, it had to be nerfed for everyone. Yeah, I think that it's really dumb, really unfortunate. So this already bad feature just got worse. I mean, at least make it to where you can give like 2 or 3 gifts to a friend a day if you're going to remove the amount of items inside of it. Just seems like the feature is completely meaningless. Tornadus and Thundurus. So July 13th through 28th, I didn't even keep up with the events. Like Shiny Zygarde happened, but what's the point of Shiny Zygarde? Because we got the 2019 game happening. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is 151 only, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was dead by December. So really, not much is happening with the 7th generation games. If you go to Target, they'll probably just hand you a stack of codes and just like pray that someone will get them off your hands. So Tornadus, Thundurus, Pokemon Sun, Thundurus, Pokemon Moon, Tornadus. So free legendary Pokemon if you're interested. I guess at this point, it's just about like if you're one of those overly collectible people that you try to get like every Pokemon event, and eventually when Pokemon Bank comes out, then you're going to transfer it over from there. But yeah, that's an event that's happening. So Target, go get it while you can. 2 weeks, GG. And then lastly, Niantic had made a video about real-world AR occlusion featuring Pikachu and Eevee. Just kind of showing like how AR works currently. Mostly, it's just something that goes above it, and it doesn't really look that good. Like, it tries to do a little bit of depth of field, like, oh, hey, look at that, Pikachu just kind of like trying to run into a bush, but you know, it's just going to be over the bush, and it's just running through people, and it kind of looks janky. But now we have Occlusion Technology Example 1. So this actually tries to put Pikachu behind things, and it's still not perfect. Like, you can see, it looks really clippy and stuff, and Pikachu does have to, like, compensate for where items are. But, I mean, it shows, like, the technology is starting to get up there and starting to try to, like, work into becoming real kind of stuff. Also, it's very beta, probably alpha, probably, like, incredibly preliminary, but, I mean, that's some pretty cool stuff. Like, the Pokemon AR technology is getting up there, and Niantic is kind of working with this. So, recently acquired Matrix Mill team at Niantic spent years building and perfecting deep neural networks that can infer information about surrounding world. So that's why I expected, like, this is either neural network, deep learning, trying to figure out what's a pot, what's the ground, what should go where, and yeah, this is like the cool preliminary kind of idea. Codename, Niantic Occlusion. So, I mean, it's still in codename phases. This looks pretty neat, and if it's something that interests you, yeah, we might actually see this feature become, I wouldn't say if it gets seamless, that'd be pretty cool. Like, you know, VR really took off, smartphone technology really took off, so I mean, we're getting there. Technology is getting crazy, and that's why people love Pokemon Go before Niantic ruined it. That this was the promise. It's like, yo, we get that real Pokemon experience. Every Pokemon fan wanted this. Every Pokemon fan had dreamt of something like this. I think it's cool that we're starting to get even more real experiences integrated, and I'm saying, you know, 5-10 years from now, I can't wait to see until, like, there's a VR home console, and Pokemon's developing for that if possible. That is something that could be happening in the future, so we're going to see where it goes, but this technology looks cool, looks promising, and yeah, that, like, neural networking and deep learning is pretty wacky, so that's something to keep an eye on, and I think it's a nice little update that we have. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. That is the Pokemon news that we had for today. Not a lot. Like, a lot of little cool things that aren't really worth their own story. We'll see if we get any information about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee next week. If not, pray for like a random direct or a Pokemon YouTube channel kind of. Wow, look at that. When you're not, I think actually one of the more broken things about that is, like, if you're standing still, it looks great. But if you're walking and another person's walking and tries to play catch up, either way, it still looks pretty good. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.